Hey, this week on Don't Wait Daddy, we're playing Nightmare.
So, you want to play the game? My game. By my rules. I am the gatekeeper. I rule this game, and you will obey my rules. You will be the first to roll the dice and begin my game and your nightmare.
I just want to play a game with you.
Don't Wait Daddy!
Welcome to Don't Wait Daddy, a podcast where 330-somethings play nostalgic children's board games. I'm Joe Rodriguez.
I'm Scott Eichen Scary.
And I'm Marino. No. Please, sir. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Please, sir. I have a daughter. Please, sir, please let me go. Ella Jack-o'-lantern.
Okay. Yeah. This man got into it. Give this man an Emmy or
That's a whole scene.
that was. I really
What are the podcast awards? Because he should definitely get one for that.
Potties?
Is it called
Potties?
potties?
I don't think so.
Ew.
There might be the streamies, actually.
the streamies.
A streamie is something, isn't it?
That's like piss-related awards, I think. Like
Dude,
water sports.
Amaranth is sweeping the
The
streamies.
bodies.
Did you see that she got banned again? Amaranth?
No. Wow. For what?
Probably,
Showing titties?
yeah, showing titties.
Oh my gosh. So this episode is definitely going to be one for the potties.
This one's for the potties.
We're going to either get peed on or we're going to win an award.
What do you boys been up to?
Oh, you know. Did you give the tagline of the podcast? I have no idea what's going on.
I sure did. Like the intro. You mean like what, the thing that I say every time on every episode?
I don't know what's going on.
We're just diving right into
Yeah,
it
we
today.
straight up dove into it.
You know what? I do want to talk about this game that I finally convinced you to play with me, New World.
Yeah.
I heard about it because my little brother of the pod, Brett, told me about it, and he's been playing it with his buddies. It just came out a few weeks ago. It's an MMORPG, pretty exciting. And last night we had our first session. We started playing New World and had a pretty good time. How did you guys feel about it? Tell me about it.
It was terrifying the whole time because I was afraid that my GPU was going to burn and bust open and die.
It didn't sizzle or anything,
No.
didn't smoke.
Yeah, I mean, for listeners, like the game it's a new game. It's not on PC, but it's been like bricking people's graphics cards on their computers.
Joe is very scared.
about
that. Like,
I was scared because you guys made me so scared. I had not heard any of this.
I was watching my temps the whole time. They were like my CPU temps were like friggin' close to 90.
I had my eyes on my temps more than I had my eyes on the game, dude. I was like looking over so much, but like I was gravy. My temps were good, which was a blessing. But the game was fun.
Yeah,
the game was super fun. I mean, for the couple hours we played, I think it was fun. An MMO. It's been a while, probably since the last time I played WoW that I played an MMO, and this was more, not. It felt more active. You're actually fighting and stuff like that instead of just auto.
Real-time combat.
Yeah, right.
so
combat.
You guys played WoW together a lot in high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never played World of Warcraft because I couldn't. Like, my parents would never let me get like a monthly subscription to something. That's
$14 a month.
yeah.
Dude, that's ridiculous. Like, in the mid 2000s, absolutely not. That was never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I could barely get away with like buying a video game like maybe twice a year.
Maybe even buying porn like once every 6 months.
Probably, like they're
Oh yeah.
yeah. But I played a lot of Guild Wars.
Is that free? I
Yeah,
it
that was a free to play.
Like,
So it was like I think it was like whatever the regular cost of a PC game was.
$20
back then.
maybe.
It was probably like 50 or 60. Dude, I mean, like A-list games were like $50 or $60.
Yeah, they've always
Didn't World of Warcraft you have to like buy the game and the subscription?
The game was like
then,
$30.
The game was like $30.
Okay.
You had to buy the game,
And then
you
the
get
subscription. You know what? It's funny because I remember. Okay, this is. I'm gonna sound like a piece of shit, like
Nerd.
No. I once stole back when the game cards, like the subscription cards, would be in a box. And like they didn't have to get scanned at a register to be active.
You just
they were
yoinked them?
I yoinked one from Walmart because I saw. I don't want to put someone else's name out there. Someone we all know do it.
Well, they don't have video cameras over the toy, or they didn't have video cameras above the toy section.
And I did it because I was just following someone else that we all know, who I think we've talked about before on the pub, but I'm not going to bring up his name because I saw him once steal one. I was like, I want to steal one now too.
Okay, statute of limitations has passed on that one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get arrested
The
or-
FBI
For
has
stealing in
just entered
90
the chat.
days of WoW.
of World of Warcraft.
From the Walton Corporation.
Yeah,
like,
fuck
come
the
on,
Waltons.
they don't need-
I fuck Blizzard too.
Yeah, Blizzard's bad. Play New World is run by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
He's so much better.
That's much more
We're
ethical.
literally talking about how much we love an Amazon game. Fuck Jeff Bezos.
Oh, the game too. Like there's an in-game economy.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like tax penalties. Like this, I said it yesterday, but it's definitely like Bezos trying to make commentary on. I don't think Bezos he's not sitting there.
Where do you think the taxes go, baby?
Maybe he's like the guy from Free Guy, fucking Taika
Waititi's character.
Waititi's character,
Oh,
just
really?
being like, we need to do taxes.
Yeah, and those taxes, that extra coin. I mean, they don't call them Bezos bucks for nothing.
That's
like
true.
in the in-game economy.
Oh yeah, the in-game currency of New World is Bezos bucks.
I missed that. I thought, okay,
It was Bezos bucks.
It was
Bezos
Bezos
bucks. Speaking of Bezos bucks, you know who else shops on Amazon and may frequently buy assorted goods like lube and
Like lube.
cat mix and
Like a
kitty
5-gallon
litter.
lube drum.
Cat mix.
I don't know. Cat
What
mix.
is
That's not a thing. Like a mix of food for cats.
Who else does these
Yeah,
things?
other people do that. We have here on the pod, cousin of the pod, former bandmate or former member of Definite Change. We have comedian and improviser from Chicago,
Amateur skateboarder.
amateur skateboarder Marino Korellis with us.
How you doing? Thank you.
MCore.
Hi,
What's
cousin.
up, baby?
What's going on?
Hi guys, what's up?
Oh, we have to figure this out
welcome.
right
I want to
now.
go by Marino
No.
Scarellis.
Marino Okay.
All right.
Hey, Marino Scarellis.
Marine Gore
Marine
Scarellis.
M Gore, right?
Just call me
Gore.
M Gore. For the sake of the pod, call me Marino K.
I guess we do have two Marinos, and it's going to be confusing.
Yeah, I was about to say we need to clear this up.
I don't think. Okay, I mean, we did talk about it when Robbie was on the pod about how
We did.
Jordan. Go ahead.
We just clarified that Jordan and Robbie would have been calling me Stook, so people wouldn't be confused.
Yeah.
And Marino saying might call me Stook, probably will call me Stook.
Duke or cousin. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, but I feel like you guys aren't going to stop calling me Marino.
I think I might have called you Stuke one time, and it felt so weird.
If
I
Yeah.
think just Marino K is fine.
we can call you Marino K, or do you want to be M
M
Core?
Gore.
Because we do all call you M
Core is
Core.
fine. M Core.
I'll probably call you M Core.
It's funny. This is a side note. I started annoyance classes this week.
Oh, hell yeah. Who's your
And
teacher?
Bruce.
Bruce Phillips?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Bruce Phillips, one of the things of introducing yourself was like, "What's a nickname you have?" And I was the last person, so I was like, "Well, my name's Marino. I don't really have a nickname. My cousin has the same name as me, and he's the one who has the nickname." And they're like, "What is it?" I'm like,
Oh no.
Stuke, which means
Oh,
stupid
no.
Duke. And everyone's like, "What the?"
So you're the cousin of Stupid Duke.
Yeah. So, I mean, M Core.
hilarious.
It's finally we have you on the pod.
Yeah.
At the end of Scary Month, we didn't mention that. This is our last. This is the end of Scary Month. It's been a great month.
It has been a lot of fun doing these.
We started it off with spooky Robbie Bach, and we're ending it with spooky ass M Gore.
It's terrifying, man. I'm surprised I held it together all month.
yeah.
But M Core. You're a person. I mean, it's a reason.
You're
why-
a person.
Yo, you're. I was
First of all,
gonna,
Last
number
time I
one,
checked,
you're a
yes.
person.
Human.
I mean, welcome. First of all, it's really exciting to have you on.
yeah, that's true.
But
It
this is a board game podcast. obviously, we play some board games, as we just did with you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about, are there any board games that you played as a kid? Any like specific memories you have, or any recent board games that you played?
I mean, all the games you've had on this pod, I've definitely played before.
Oh, cool.
13 Dead End Drive, definitely.
You've played 13 Dead End Drive?
I have, yeah.
The fuck?
That's
wild.
Yeah. My brothers were board game guys, and so they were pretty much my babysitters growing up. My brothers. So I think my mom was doing like night school to get a 3rd degree
Holy
in
shit.
teaching at some point in my life.
The grind.
So board games was what we did. We either would watch a scary movie or we would watch a board game. So this was like the perfect mix.
Dude.
And, being like young, like I did not want to watch a scary movie, but like that's what we did, my brothers. So ever since then, I would love scary movies, love board games.
Are you the youngest?
I am the
brothers?
youngest of 2 brothers, yeah.
Okay.
So I blame those 2 for getting me into both of these things. A couple ones that stuck out in my life were 13 Dead End Drive was one that we played frequently.
Nice.
Another one called Mystery Mansion was one.
Mystery Mansion.
Which is along the lines of kind of a 13 Dead End Drive where you're inside of a mansion, you're walking around. That one is more of someone has like stolen money and hid it inside one of the objects in the mansion, and there's like plastic objects.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
And that one is famous for having a handheld device that goes along with it. So you'd like walk up to the device, or walk up to the thing that the money could be hidden in, whether it was like a clock or a couch. There's a serial number on the back. You type it in.
Whoa.
And a text will go across the screen of the handheld device, which it would either be for everybody or for you.
What?
And it'd be like, the money is not in here.
Yo,
Or it'd be like,
the
money is in the that's in the living room. Something like that.
I'm envisioning like a pager type thing.
It kind of looks like one. I'm looking
It's
it
like
up.
almost like a PlayStation Portable or something like that.
Sure.
Oh, damn, dude, that sounds
But, like, with
so
text
much
on it.
fun.
Yeah, that does sound dope as hell.
It looks cool as hell.
We were a board game brothers.
Nice.
But one of the things was I would lose. I don't remember a single time me winning.
No way.
Ever in my life.
Was it because
ever
they were
winning.
cheating? They were cheating, right?
No, they both would always form a coup against me.
Oh, for real?
It was
Okay, so what's the age separation?
Oh my god, I might need some help. So 4 years to my middle brother,
Yeah.
then they're 2 apart.
Okay. That's not too bad, but you guys, like, you just had it in for each other.
They
When you
both
were
had
playing-
it in for me.
Really?
Especially my middle brother Patrick had it in for me. It didn't matter who won. It was always going for me.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's like, so I'm a pretty good sore loser now, I think.
You're a pretty
or
good. So you're good at being a sore loser, or you're a good loser who isn't sore?
I'm a good loser
Okay.
in everything else. But against them still to this day, I'm not happy about it.
I mentioned this, I think, on our first episode ever, where I was talking about how we talked about our experiences with board games growing up, and the one thing I said was, I don't remember having a lot of board games in the house, but where I do remember playing board games was at my cousin's.
Yeah.
I just remember coming over to your guys' house and playing so many of these games. Like on our Payday episode, I talked about.
Oh, yeah, that was a popular one.
Yeah,
No way.
I was talking.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Patrick yesterday. We were at a birthday party for our cousin's kid or whatever. But I was with Patrick, and he was talking about. You probably had work.
Yeah,
but he was talking. We were talking about Payday.
Yeah,
He was
that was one.
And I was like, dude, I just remember playing Payday at your house, and Scott and Joe did not remember Payday or even know that it was a game. I was like, I remember playing Payday. I remember having fun, and it was a fun game. But yeah, I just remember playing lots of board games at your house. You guys are big board games.
The thing
people.
is we, as brothers, we all had our own games. So I was younger, so I had like more of the younger ones, like Don't Break the Ice, Fleas on Fred. Like there was one where you like pulled boogers out of some dude.
Gooey Louie.
Oh my god.
What's his name?
Gooey Louie.
That poor bastard. put his ass down.
Okay.
Then Thomas had more of the oldest one had more of like trivial ones where it's like a little bit older. Those ones had like questions, blah blah blah. And Patrick had the ones that was more of like the build it ones where it's like devices
Mousetrap.
and like mousetrap type of ones.
Sure.
Okay. Wow. Joe, what the hell? We got the wrong Marino on this pod.
Yeah.
Like, we should fucking kick Stuke off
Marino,
and have Marino K because
you're
he's
replaced.
played all these games that we've been talking about.
Except for this one.
It's fine.
Except for this one. Speaking of this one,
Yeah.
this week
shit.
we played Nightmare.
Dude.
Nightmare, which was a super exciting game. And I think Stuke.
Oh, God.
Or
no.
what
It's
Marino?
Marino.
I felt gross saying that.
feels
I'm
gross,
sorry.
right?
Don't say Stuke. I
Marino-
mean, it's fine.
Marino was doing some research on this.
Yeah.
So tell me
I got
about
some
the
stuff
history
about
of
Nightmare.
Yeah.
I got stuff about Nightmare. And this game, I mean, I'm just going to talk about, like, let's talk about why we chose it. We were talking about doing Spooky Month.
Yep.
And we said we're going to do spooky games. And I think one of us Googled, one of you two, it wasn't me. One of you Googled, like, spooky board games.
Yeah.
And this game was just like spooky board games you may not remember or biggest spooky board games of all time.
From the 90s.
Well, that's how we found fucking Ghost Castle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. And this was number one on the list was Nightmare. We're like, we never fucking even heard of this.
No.
None of us had heard of this. And like, I think when we were talking about it and we were talking about maybe getting guests on and like, we were going to have Marino K on for another episode. We were going to have him on for another game that we played as kids too. And I think I just pulled an audible. I was like, we got to have Marino K on for
What
this.
game were you thinking?
It was Forbidden Bridge.
Oh yeah.
I do have that.
I told my brother about that game, and he like drove to Target immediately and bought it because that was another one that we played all the time together.
That's wild that
Well-
they're selling it again.
Yeah. I mean, we've got it in the hopper, so maybe you could come back
Maybe,
and play
yeah.
Forbidden Bridge. But anyways,
But yeah, I mean, it was such a Marino K game. Like you said, one of the biggest horror fans I know.
Nightmare.
Like just like whatever, and just Nightmare just seemed like a perfect game. And I mean, here we are.
what an encapsulation of your childhood.
Yeah.
Board games and spooky movies.
You know what? I will
mashed
say
into one.
I did watch a lot of scary games as a kid, or scary movies rather. And I'm not like as an adult. I'm not trying to watch scary movies. I'm like I've had enough of those. Like I've had a bunch of older siblings that would watch like Child's Play and like Scream and shit. Like I'm done. I'm checked
You just
out.
get wrapped into that shit as a kid. All right, so this game, Nightmare, or as it's known, I think in Europe and maybe Australia, it's called Atmosphere. Fear spelled F-E-A-R.
That's pretty funny.
Anyway, it's an Australian game. It was released in 1991. It's designed by these two dudes, Philip Tanner and Brett Clements. They had a company that they just kind of started up, like a media company called A Couple of Cowboys. So I mean, that's it's in the video and all that stuff. So these guys, they started this company in like the early 80s, and in I think in 1990 or something, they took this pilot to Village Roadshow, which is like a media company. They make movies and TV shows, and they actually do theme parks and stuff. They're an Australian thing, but yeah, we
That was the opening thing, and it looks like not Viacom, but it looks like something else.
it looks
Okay,
it looks like
was-
something American.
It was an opening thing because this
Yeah,
was a VHS.
yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. I guess I should have started with that.
Yeah, so-
this was a VHS board game, one of the first.
Yeah.
And it was, you watch the video and you play the game along with it. But yeah, it was this media company created this VHS to do it. These two Australian dudes, the couple of cowboys, they took their idea to Village Roadshow, and within 24 hours of like showing it to Village Roadshow, they were picked up and they had an agreement.
Wow.
Wow.
And it was released a year later, September of 1991.
Just before Halloween. That's cool.
Yeah, just before Halloween.
I was but a babe.
I was also but
Yeah.
a babe, and
I was a little bit of an older babe, and
And I was a little bit of an older.
we were all babes.
old one. Tell me.
So, this game was, I think, kind of a sensation when it came out, at least in Australia.
Okay.
And
Wow.
maybe people liked it in the United States, but we were all babes. We just said we didn't remember that shit.
Yeah.
But in Australia, they would do these dance parties where they would dance along to like the music from the thing. Like remember the
What?
crazy
The music
Well,
from this game?
they created a music video based on this stuff. They had sold out dance parties. There was like campaigns with Pepsi. Pepsi did a
What?
campaign with Nightmare.
Oh,
What flavor? Or just
I
like
think it was just Pepsi.
Blood.
scary flavor.
But by the Christmas period of 1993, so 2 years, it had sold 2 million copies.
That's insane.
Wow,
That's cool.
dude.
But I mean, it had such a huge release in Australia. I think in those first years, it was a huge thing. I think a lot of people. I think we just kind of missed it.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that we were little, and I think it was such a big game for the time.
Does the tape spin the other way in Australia?
Oh, because it's upside down.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that
I
what
think-
yeah.
I think it's definitely what it is. So I think that was a good
Because
joke.
of the equator.
Mgor loved that one.
I was silently laughing like,
So over the years, there was like, obviously because it's a tape game and you can't just play out a tape over and over again. They released expansion tapes for this game, and then after a few years, I think in 1996, they released with the help of like another company, they released a kind of like a sequel called The Harbinger,
Oh, cool.
which also sold really well.
Harbinger.
Well, at the end of the
Harbinger
movie,
is the name of a like a ghost though. Like
Harbinger of death. I'm sorry.
Harbinger is
Harbinger
just like
or-
somebody
But
who brings
At
something.
the end of this tape, it said like check out like
Number 2.
Peter Kovlovsky.
Yeah,
It
was
was Baron Samedi.
Yeah, that was
Parents
Baron Samedi. That was one of the expansion things
Okay.
where I think it wasn't the the basic. So I'm just gonna kind of you know what I'm gonna do first. Actually, I'm gonna play. There was a commercial
Oh, hell yeah.
from 1992,
Okay.
and I want to say it was an American commercial, but I really can't tell. But I'm just gonna play it right here. Commercial time.
Nightmare, the game hosted by a video.
I'm the gatekeeper!
To win, you must stop it.
Roll the die!
The video board game Nightmare. The gatekeeper talks to you,
Whose turn is it next?
and you must answer him.
Answer me! Yes, my gatekeeper. Go for it!
Nightmare, a race against time for 3 to 6 very game players.
Let's party!
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh, dude.
that kind of, I feel like it kind of like clicked something. I remember might have
What? For real?
just like something like a game where you watch and play that just sounds so familiar to me in my like life. For some reason, I don't know. I feel like this is like people who like the guys who wrote Stranger Things probably love this game.
Oh, my
I would
God.
feel like
without
it's
a doubt.
like
I
a
would not
game
doubt
for
it.
like those like a game for like nerds at that time would
Yes.
love the hell out of this game. Like the Dungeons and Dragons types of guys back in the day would love those type of shit.
For sure. I think that commercial though really kind of sums up the feeling of playing this game.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
but the gameplay is basically, we're moving around a board and you're trying to collect keys so you can then get to the center of the board and reveal your nightmare.
Yes.
And if you reveal your nightmare, you're out.
It's kind of like the dating game. Like, so each person like writes down their nightmare and
Yeah.
like or like
Yeah.
the truth about themselves.
So
put it in the middle.
At the beginning of the game, you're instructed to take this erasable thing that has your nightmare on it, and you write down your biggest fear.
Yeah.
That's what they literally tell you to do. You write down your biggest fear, and then at the end of the game, if you reach the point where you're supposed to draw, like to win the game, if you draw your biggest fear, you're out. If you draw somebody else's biggest fear, you win.
Yes. And then, like it says in the commercial too, it's a race against time. You have 60 minutes to do this.
You're racing against the gatekeeper
Yeah.
and your opponents.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
it's a free
different
for
level.
all, man.
And then there's you have this VHS playing, and there's just a ticking clock going, and then randomly throughout the game, this gatekeeper.
Stop.
With like a nondescript European accent.
Yeah, I thought
He wasn't Australian.
At first, I thought he was Northern European. Like he sounds like he's like Swedish or something. And then it was
French?
French.
But then he started sounding like Shrek, dude. He had a
know.
sky.
yeah, he sounded like Shrek for a second.
I think it was more like it was like European, more Eastern.
Yeah.
But then
okay.
he also sounded Eastern European.
Right.
Like I was like, are you Russian? Are you French? Are you Norwegian? Are you
Scottish?
Yeah.
Dude, he was Scottish for the last like 20 minutes of the game, I swear.
Because he was screaming. He just sounded like an angry Scotsman.
Get to it.
Oi, laddie! Your time's up.
But yeah, he just interrupts randomly and he'll
Changes the game up, messes with one player, messes with the other player.
Yeah.
Right, and he messes with you based on the color of your pawn that you chose, the number that was randomly selected for your pawn, your age,
Yes.
which ended up being a crazy thing in our game. Your age, your oh man, it was like random shit around the table.
How you rolled the dice,
How you-
or
Yeah.
quickly.
But every time he comes in, he's just berating you and just like just verbally abusing you.
Yeah.
He's just like,
He was a mean dude.
You scum sucker.
you scum sucker.
I'm like, I have had a European old man, my dad, yelling at me my whole life. I thought my dad was in the room. Especially the parts where you're like, oh, and one of the thing was you always had to answer him, yes, my gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
He literally would belittle us.
But
And he would be like, "Address me."
his inflections where he'd be like, huh? That's like my dad.
Yeah,
My whole
yeah.
life. Like, huh? What'd you say? I'm like, nothing. My dad keeper. Like,
He was because like I think he was like, now roll the dice, whatever old one or whatever, and then you roll, and he's like, what did you roll? And you're like, I rolled a 3 gatekeeper, and he's like, like he just had,
you idiot.
he did a dumb fucking reaction.
Oh, very good roll.
Very good.
Whatever it was.
It was so when he says old one and young one, we had the old one was me because I was the oldest, and the young one was Joe.
Yeah.
And there was like 3 times where he called out the old one, and maybe once where he called out the young one.
But when he called out the young one, he's like, oh, you're young and weak, like one time, and then
Yes.
for the old
He's
one,
like, old one, did you die yet? I was like, what?
Like said stuff like that. Oh, close to the grave, are we, old one?
he's like, you're so much more frail than your opponents, aren't you? It's like he's like a year older than us. Calm down.
Yeah, that's so funny, dude. I mean, that's kind of the gameplay and a little bit of how we played it. I don't think any of us has played this as a kid, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
kind
mean,
of-
like I had never heard of it until we did the
Yeah.
initial Google search of scary
Yeah.
games. What?
Never heard of this game.
Yeah,
Yes.
same. Never heard of it.
Same. I mean, when I was Googling this, so I was really excited about this because I found out it was like a board game that had a VHS component. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect
Right.
for this kind of
It's
nostalgia
such a
feel.
90s thing.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Playing along with a VHS. Is
So
such a-
yeah, I grabbed a tube TV from my church.
I was
'cause
wondering
What's that
what
weigh?
that
Like
was.
100 pounds?
It's super heavy. I mean,
From
it's
your
not a small one either. I mean,
No, it's a big
probably
one.
like 23-inch
Can
screen,
you measure
maybe.
real quick?
And did you measure
Yeah, I
it? How
measured
big
it.
is it?
Yeah, it's like 5 of these guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is like 5 of these guys?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like
That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, so it's probably like 60 inches. Oh, no, 23. I don't know. But it's not a small TV and it's super heavy. But I brought that in and we have it set up and I have the VCR. So I was super excited and I was like testing stuff the past couple days to make sure like VHS works. I learned
Yeah.
a lot about VHSs that I didn't know. Like,
what does it stand for?
I have no idea. But
Oh, I guess you
like,
didn't learn that much,
I
huh?
guess
Video home system?
Oh, maybe.
maybe.
That sounds right.
But like
Vagina?
it's all mechanical. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing digital about it. Like when you put a VHS into the VCR, it like opens it up and spools this ribbon
No,
out.
it doesn't.
Yeah, dude. There's
What?
like if you open up a VCR, there's this whole component that just like takes this ribbon and feeds it through a bunch of like bullshit so that it can project like
That's
light onto that
wild.
thing to put it through. Dude, it's
Is that
insane.
really
I
how
gotta
it
watch.
does it?
Yes, dude.
I did not know that. So that's why the thing pops open. on the
Yeah,
top.
yeah. And there's a ribbon.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
takes that ribbon and like wraps it around shit so that it can project light through it to transfer. It's so cool.
I gotta watch some shit on YouTube now.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
It's so
How do
insane.
DVDs work?
God, nobody, but like this.
How do you stream?
I mean, like,
That's actually a good question. How do you
I don't know
stream?
how
How does that
anything
work?
let's
Hulu?
let's
How does
ask
Hulu work?
Jeff Bezos how you do it. But yeah, no, I mean, it was super exciting to kind of like pour into this '90s tech
Yeah.
and to play the VHS along with it.
As soon as we started playing, we turned it on, and then Toy Story 2 started playing. And
I had Toy Story 2 in the VCR. This is my dad's VCR.
it was a throwback for sure.
Yeah,
But
probably.
there's something about like the pops and like fidgets in the film that like
Yeah.
make it even more.
It was a
like,
little staticky the whole
static
time.
and
Static
the
of it.
snow in the background. It was
the
really.
static of it makes it even like cooler of an experience.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also
yeah,
like
for
that the VCR says VCR on it, just so we
Yeah.
don't get confused.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, there's a label on
There's
it.
a label on it.
Uh-huh. So if you couldn't tell that this thing with a
didn't-
big ass like physical flap.
No, but it was definitely a throwback. Like, oh damn, this is cool. So it makes me want to like pull out. I don't have a fucking CRT. Is it a CRT TV?
Yeah, CRT, yeah.
What's the thing that football players get?
Concussions.
CRT. CTR.
Touchdowns.
I have no idea.
I
What
don't
you're
know.
talking about.
Their brains are fucked up and they shoot people.
Concussion.
Traumatic brain injury.
C.
I don't know.
Concussion.
A concussion.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
We got
okay,
this
wow.
shit.
CTS.
So, anyways,
It's CT something.
CTC.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, it's not that.
I don't think that they have
you
Cinnamon
sure?
Toast Crunch. Maybe they do.
so what were you saying about?
What
The
was I
VCR?
saying? Oh no, it's like it makes me want to get
Suffering
like
from
like
CTZ.
an old TV and like plug in like a PlayStation or N64
Yeah.
and play some old
Plug in a
games, man.
GameCube, and
man.
play Super Smash Brothers Melee on this, dude.
Oh,
That's
hell
the only way
yeah.
to play.
So,
I mean-
speaking of video games,
Yeah.
there was supposed to be an Atmosphere video game for
way.
Super Nintendo.
Oh,
I
I,
was,
my
I was
God,
reading.
dude.
Yeah, they had it 90% complete, and it just got canceled for unknown reason. It was being
90%?
developed
Damn.
by Beam Software. I don't
Beam
know that
Software?
company at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like it was
Beam.
supposed to come out in 1994 for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, it was the dump of it is 90% complete, and the game and there was a game crashing glitch that would happen on the Egypt level. Which,
there were different levels.
Well, I mean, we all had different characters on the board, and one of them was a mummy.
You know what? Okay, and I don't know if this is a good transition, but I had a hard time pinpointing the theme of this game. Like, I get it was general horror,
Yeah.
but we have this goofy guy with a hood, and we're all like different
Monsters?
classic monsters. But
Yes.
like, how are in what world were these guys? Like, we were a vampire and a werewolf and like a zombie and a ghost. Like, short of like the friggin' Hotel Transylvania, when are these guys ever going to interact with each other?
In your nightmares. This is a game called Nightmares, so like all of these scary things might appear in your nightmares.
Don't just nail it on the
I
head
don't
like that.
I didn't
God
put that
damn.
together.
I mean,
And it makes sense that this was such a European game because these were European monsters.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Gabadon. I'm
I
like,
could not read the names.
These names were insane.
Yeah. What was I? There was Baron Semity, which I think it's like voodoo. I want to say
I was a zombie.
Haitian, but
Baron
I don't know.
Semity was a zombie.
I was
weirdly.
Kufu.
He's a zombie
I don't know who
doctor, I think.
Kufu was. Was I a zombie
You,
too?
no, you were a mummy.
I was a mummy named Kufu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was Helen.
Spelled like H-I.
Helin.
was
Yeah,
that a ghost or a
fuck.
witch?
Don't really know.
I was Gabada, which was like
You were a werewolf.
A
And
And then there
of
was
France,
Elizabeth.
specifically.
There was like Elizabeth something who got pulled like every other card. Like, who the fuck is Elizabeth?
Dude, you know what? This game would have probably been better if there were 6 of us.
Yes.
And we had the whole. But the game would have gone slower, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
Like it was such a strange experience. First off,
Yes.
playing this game and like with the video, I think when it comes to like playing a board game along with a TV, I think we've all maybe done it. I've done it with like seen it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We all maybe remember like DVD days of playing along and stuff. I never played a VHS game, and like obviously it's not going to have you stop and rewind and like rewind your tape and shit like that.
That
so
was
yeah,
the
you
thing.
it's just a race against time. I mean that
You couldn't. That was one of the rules. You couldn't pause it.
Yes.
the gatekeeper's
Couldn't
going to
pause
get mad.
it. Couldn't rewind.
Yeah.
You have to
He
say
would've known.
gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh crap! I forgot what I was going to say. But
I mean, the gatekeeper ran this whole game.
yeah.
He was the lifeblood of the whole game. He, I think, was keeping us all laughing. He was keeping us like, it's a funny. I mean,
It was super goofy.
it was-
Somebody was it you, Marino K, that said it was like Tommy Wiseau's like cousin or some shit.
He's like,
His performance
hi,
was
Greg.
not too different from like what you would expect from like a Tommy Wiseau production.
I thought he was doing a good job.
What?
it did get kind of, I won't say scary, but the parts that he showed up was exciting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he would definitely catch you off guard. Like it would go quiet, and then the timer would just be up on, and it would kind of play some like spooky music in the background, and then we'd go on and take our turns trying to collect keys, like moving around a track, basically with 1d6, which lame, but I mean that wasn't the real mechanic of the game. The mechanic of the game showed up when like the guy was like, "Hey, stop what you're doing right now. The person whose next turn it is, then it's your turn to do a thing. So roll the die, and if it equals your age, then you get a key.
And you're like,
if
wow.
it doesn't, then you will die."
He would pop in like every like 2 minutes for like a weird ass like almost like Simon Says-esque game.
Yeah.
You would have to like address him and like do this weird shit.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like towards the end there was this part where the music just like turned into like this EDM, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was like, this
dude.
is kind of bopping.
He's slow. But the coolest thing about it was he's slowly starting getting more and more ghoulish.
Yes.
Like there was like a neon 90s color to it. His contacts started
Teeth
glowing.
were getting nastier.
Gross, blah,
Was
blah,
he just
blah.
getting older, or was he getting scarier?
He was getting
going?
scarier because his eyes, by the end, his eyes were like yellow and bulging and like had like he looked like the eyes of like a decomposed corpse.
But
Yeah.
isn't that the same thing, Marino? Older and
Scarier.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true.
So
I
going
don't
on
wanna
the
get scared
so
older.
going on the point of what MCore was just saying about how the EDM music started and like it started getting whatever.
Joe said
I
it.
was reading this. What the fuck? Did
I
you-
said it, but no.
No,
I might have been
we're-
dancing to it.
Emgor,
Oh, okay, I
Emgor
think,
did
yeah,
it.
MCore was dancing to it, so he gets credit for this. So I mean, going on with that, like I was saying before, they used to do these dance parties in Australia. This game was a big deal.
Yeah.
It was like an early '90s dance party where they would dance to like
How?
early '90s shit.
Like, hey,
I don't
bro.
know, and it was like horror themed.
Bro, what are you doing tonight? You wanna?
Yeah, you trying to get down on
You
this
wanna come over
atmosphere?
and freaking boogie to the gatekeeper?
All
Like,
right, you party people, throw your fucking hands
Yeah, I
in the
got
air.
a kegger and blasting the gatekeeper's bops.
So they actually used to do these things, and
Mate.
there was a music video for this
Oh,
song
man.
called like "Thrill Me" or something like that, and I got it on deck, and it's a 4-minute song.
Oh, we get to
we
hear
are
it?
not gonna. Yes, I'm gonna play it for you guys. I might cut in a little bit here for the listeners
We don't want to get DMCA'd. Are we going to get DMCA'd?
for this atmosphere song. That would
No,
be insane.
atmosphere
He's going to
doesn't
send us
exist.
to the pit. If you hear it, listen to this
We'll put
episode.
it-
Oh,
put it-
atmosphere does exist, and I'm going to go into that too.
hell
but,
yeah, okay.
But let me
Let's play
let me
this
just play a
thing.
little bit of "Thrill Me" for you
Wait,
guys.
Atmosphere is a band, right?
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, they're a rap group.
That's right, I'm sad and blue. Cause I can't do this thing with you. I'm lost in a black hole. Come on now, won't you give it a go?
Now picture this, it's late at night, and what you're doing don't seem right. I like it. The moon is high up in the sky. I can feel it coming down. Something's got a hold on me. Something there that I can see. I'm living in a nightmare. Come on! Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can. Just like the wildest. Thrill me. Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can.
Oh my god. That is
That was
Dude,
Funky.
like
that was Bob.
we just listened to the whole thing, and we didn't have to, but we just did.
dude. Okay. If you are listening right now
We may or may
on
not
your
have cut part
on
of
your
it.
smart on your, yeah, we
Oh,
may
yeah.
have cut part of it, but just listening to it does not do its complete justice.
Right.
It is dare I say it, a masterpiece
You would say
of the
this?
90s.
Yeah.
That shit is so good. Please stop what you're doing right now. Pull over your car.
Watch it for
put-
like a couple seconds.
Put those-
You'll get the vibe right away.
Put those dirty dishes down for just a moment and get everyone near you. If you're working in an office, bring them all around.
I know you're listening to this on a first date. Tell her to
Yes.
stop.
Click on this. Click on the link that Joe will include.
I will include it.
And you have got to watch this because that is an amazing
Yeah.
experience.
It's called "Thrill Me" by Atmosphere. If Joe doesn't include the
Thrill me,
link,
babe. It's just like a '90s song, and if you watch the video, it's just like this guy, this scary looking guy with the top hat, kind of reminiscent of Leprechaun, but if he was not Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
They're just monsters and
there's
stuff.
The thing is, there's two b-boy skeletons
Yes.
right next to him.
Yes.
Which was such a David S. Pumpkins thing.
yes,
Yes.
If anyone, I want to like try to tweet Bobby Moynihan out and be like, did you take this
Bobby
from?
Moynihan
Because
definitely.
I feel like he's played that game, game
Dude,
before.
I'm
Watched
sure.
it.
It's
And you know what? Those two freaking skeletons, they're part of it.
they're part of it. I had some questions.
I was like,
when
who-
I watched this.
Who are those guys? We're part of it.
They were just part of it. But I mean, that was, I think, 1993. Oh, my God. I think is when that came out. So
2 years after this came
2 years
out?
after, but that's exactly, dude. It had just sold 2 million copies in Australia. That just came out in Australia. They were having these raving dance parties, these Halloween dance parties, dancing to nightmare shit. I don't know what was going on in Australia
Has
in 1993.
On Halloween night.
Has there ever really been a
let's
board
time
game that's
travel.
been that? I mean, maybe like Settlers of Catan is like, I feel like every like friggin' nerdy couple is like, hey, you want to come over and play? No offense to anyone here if they do this, but
Wow.
Damn.
hey, you want to come over and play Settlers of Catan? I know, like when
I'm not a nerd and I'm not a couple. So.
yeah, single boys for life.
Who are you high-fiving?
Me.
High-fiving
But I mean,
absolutely.
Marino K said this while we were listening to it. Like, this is a new song. Just add it to your Halloween repertoire
Yes.
now. Like, don't. It's not all
Thrill
Monster
me,
Mash
baby.
and Thriller, baby. Throw in some fucking
Okay.
Thrill Me.
Thrill Me, and then you also got to get Spooky Scary Skeletons. 'Cause
What
that's
is
a good one.
Spooky Scary Skeletons?
Put it in right here for a second.
Spooky
Okay.
Scary Skeletons.
Also, there was an
Shivers
Alvin and the
fine.
Chipmunks movie where they met Frankenstein, and there were some bops on that VHS too.
Okay.
You know what song I found last year because I was listening to a Halloween playlist on Spotify. I never heard of it. It was by, I think I showed it to Scott. I'm realizing I just showed it to
Monster
Scott.
Mash?
It was by the Fresh Prince, and it was called Nightmare on My Street.
That's good.
Yes, dude, I
and he's
remember
lit-
that.
And it's literally like fucking
It was like a thriller
yeah, but
kind of thing.
it goes like oh my god, like Freddy.
Mercury, he's dead.
no,
Krueger.
Will
Freddy
Smith.
Krueger. What can I think
Freddy
of Freddy
Krueger.
Krueger's name? Freddy Krueger is
Friends
like part of
Jr..
it, and he's like
Sorry, we go by Frederick Krueger.
Frederick Krueger's part of it, and like Will Smith is like, it's a nightmare on my street. It's a killer track.
In
It
West-
It's spooky season. Halloween is just in a few days, ladies and gentlemen. If you're having your Halloween parties, dude,
You gotta
play
gotta
Nightmare on
put
My
this
Street.
party at Joe's. Yeah, party at my parents' house.
Yeah.
It's a party at my parents' house. That's another Fresh Prince song, probably.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah, that song is a straight up bop.
Do you have any more tidbits? Or
I got
anything?
a couple of more tidbits, and then let's just get into like our feelings on the game and our reviews. But
Yeah.
in 2004, they did a gatekeeper version of the game for DVD.
Yeah.
Which they did more interactive stuff, rewinding, scene select. We know how
sure,
these
sure,
we
sure,
know
cool.
how the DVD games, and so they made the game a little more interactive and stuff like that. And obviously, they were doing more VHS shit all through the '90s. And then finally, in 2004, they did another Gatekeeper version of the game. And then, like 2 years after that, they did a Mummy version that whatever Joe's character's name was.
No, that was your character.
No, you were the Mummy, Kofu.
Kufu.
Oh, they did Khufu?
They did a Khufu version.
But
of
they
the
also
game.
did friggin' Bob
Baron
Kozlowski.
Samedi.
They did
Baron
all of them, but they did.
Baron
But
Samedi.
for DVDs, they did a Kofu one right after
Okay.
the Gatekeeper one. But that Gatekeeper game, that 2004 version, all you people at home can get it on your phones, man.
gonna download this
it's,
app
it's
right
a,
now.
It's a freaking
probably
iOS
gonna play
app.
it.
Go, just type in Atmosphere, fear spelled Fear, and it is a. They revealed it at the 2018 Comic Con,
No way, dude.
Wow, that's pretty
What?
recently.
The 2018 Comic Con?
and it came out in 2019. The app came out in 2019.
Hey, and then we had COVID. Any connection, do you think?
That's crazy,
Right?
But like, you can play on one device or you can play on multiple devices. Honestly, if you guys want to play Nightmare and you don't feel like getting a VCR like Scott did and paying $50 for the game on eBay because people are paying, charging an arm and a leg.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy. I mean, you can.
That's cool.
You can get that atmosphere experience.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's
I'm
free.
literally downloading
It's a-
it right
it's
now.
a
It's
free-
free.
We're playing as soon
it's,
as this is
this is it's a really fun game. It's
Yeah.
it's a really fun horror game. I think and with that, let's just kind of get into it. I'll start since I'm
Okay.
already talking.
How'd you
But,
feel about it?
I thought it was fun. Obviously, I like playing with you guys. Like I always say, it was great having my cousin here, also playing with him. I thought the VHS was great. I thought the actor. I thought maybe he was a little lame. He was funny. He did a good job. He was a goof. He jumped in and did his goofy shit. Gameplay was not that great. You just
Right.
go around in a circle over and over again, and it was kind of tedious at times. So for that, I'm going to dock off a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 7 Freddy Krueger fingers.
Okay.
Wait, does he only have 7 fingers?
I'm just gonna. I
He
just
only
didn't
has
notice
4.
that.
Somebody took 3 of them.
He only has 4 on each hand.
He has a glove
Yeah,
on one hand. And
So-
2.5 out of 4
Oh,
Freddy
maybe it's
Krueger fingers.
5.
Wait, what? How many hands? He has 2 hands, right?
Yeah, but only one glove though.
Yeah,
But
he's only got 1.
How many fingers does he have in the glove?
4,
I think it's 5 now that I'm thinking about it.
Because he does have a thumb. Yeah, no, he definitely has 5
Like how
like
do
razor
fast
fingers.
people without a thumb?
So you would give it, say again,
I don't even know.
4 out of 7.
4 out of 7 Freddy
Freddy
Krueger
Krueger
fingers.
We do need to talk about the win we keep, but we can do this after this. But
Oh, yeah.
Let's bring up the Wiki.
I'll go next. This game, yes, it's very silly. It's very atmospheric with
Wow.
an F,
Yes.
not a
Said it.
PH,
Yes.
but an F. I'll be honest, the guy in the thing is corny as hell. I had a hard time taking him seriously. He's just berating you. You know he's jacking off and getting off on just talking down to people. He's like, "Yeah, you like this, you maggot. You like this, you little
Yeah, he
maggot."
calls us a maggot a
Like,
lot.
yeah, the dude was certainly like this was certainly sexual for the gatekeeper, at least in some aspect. I'm not going to dock it for anything because like that's just what the guy is into. Gameplay wise, though, yeah, it is. You're literally just going in circles. Things is very much. I think the entire game's luck based. To be honest, there's no sense of strategy. It's just like, and every piece you land on is very circumstantial. Like maybe, and this is just a random number I'm throwing out, but I feel like 2 out of the 5 pieces you land on even apply to you or do anything. Yeah. Everything is very specific and circumstantial. And maybe it'd be better if you had 6 people, but the game kind of just, for me, wasn't as active the entire time as I would have liked, and then it built up towards the end. You know, you got the suspenseful. The guy switched into a Scottish accent. The EDM turned on. He started going zombie mode. That's when things picked up. But all in all, I don't know. It's a weird. It's a thing you got to try at least once.
Yes.
I don't know if I would play it again the same way. I'm gonna give it. Oh boy, I'm gonna give it. I don't know if I want to. How many ribs does a human have? Like,
why are you
a normal human or Marilyn Manson?
About?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm gonna give it like 3 out of 8 Marilyn Manson ribs because like it's kind of scary, but it's like I wouldn't.
3 out of 8. Okay.
I don't know because he, as we all know, he took out his ribs to suck.
Abuse his girlfriend.
Abuse his girlfriend. Okay,
He did do that.
he did do that. He's
Scott,
not a
how
good
did you
person.
feel about the game?
How did you feel, Scott?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the whole experience was awesome. I really, really enjoyed playing this game. No, I enjoyed playing this game a lot. I thought it was super fun. I mean, I think we probably achieved the best way to play this game, like on the VHS, on the CRT TV.
In the dark.
I agree with Marino. It like I was just talking. I can't remember what game. Maybe it was
Ghost Castle.
Ghost Castle. It's a track.
Yeah.
You know, it's a track. It's very like. There's probably only 50 spots you could land on. So you're going to pass by or land on the same spot frequently. So that's not really great. But the experience of just like watching the VHS, hearing this guy call you a stupid maggot, like the intensity and the anxiety of this, and the spooks. There's even like some cards that you benefit from trying to scare your opponents.
Yeah.
Like while somebody like the gatekeeper's like, youngest one, come up close to the screen and look at me dead in the eye. And then if you have a card, sometimes it'll be like, while the person is doing that, get behind them and scare them after I say, it's time to die, or something like that. So like there's all these like, of course they don't happen very often because it's all very chance based. But if you get one of those to line up, it's a super fun experience.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. I would probably, I feel like I enjoyed this experience a lot more than you guys. I would give it 9 out of 10 9 out of 10. Baron Semity's toe bones.
Toe bones.
Oh,
wow.
Baron 70's toe bones.
Also,
He's got 9.
You did have a point. Like, I had 3 or 4 cards that were like, do this prank on this player.
Yeah.
And they were all doing, like, all these cards
you,
were
yeah.
like, do a prank on yourself. Like,
Yes.
what? I'm not going to do that. What the hell?
I'm
That
trying
gives
to-
me a plus though for that one.
Well,
I like that.
my fucking thing with this game, that now that I'm thinking about it, that I hated was it's a race against time, and we'll get this with the Win Wiki. We'll get into it more in the wiki. It's a race against time. We are trying to go as fast as we can so we can finish the game in before the 60 minutes are up, or else the gatekeeper wins. But the thing is, we get these cards that have like a fucking novel's worth of reading on them and special instructions and you roll if you land on a certain tombstone to do this.
Yeah.
We don't even have time to think about it. Like I felt like we were
And he pops in. Yeah.
one of us trying and then he pops in and we have to stop.
Yeah.
Like it was chaotic as shit. But Emcor, how did you feel about the game?
So it was all our first time, which I thought was added a little bit of a discovery to it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
we got to turn the lights off. You know, that was cool. You don't do that for much games. You know, I can imagine playing this on like a lonely Saturday night. You know, with like when you're younger. So that was definitely one of my favorite parts about it, and also having to pay attention what's on your card, having to pay attention who's playing, and having to pay attention who's on the screen.
Yeah.
Added layers for me, which I thought were fun, because I'm like, oh, I can't wait for 59 minutes where I get to do this. I have to pay attention to that. That's my strategy for me. And then I have to pay attention to what the gatekeeper is. Like, I was excited to say, yes, my gatekeeper for the first time.
yeah.
I was like, I can't wait to,
Yeah.
like, obey these rules and pay attention to make sure you guys said it. Like,
But then after the 8th time where he's like, oldest, you little piece of shit,
see, I thought that was...
say hello to me.
I thought that was hilarious. Like, this would be a great drinking game, too. Like, every time he said...
Every time you have to say gatekeeper.
Every time he
it's
showed up, every time he did this, blah, 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 that would be another layer that I would add as an adult to the game.
Yeah.
But it loses a star or loses a whatever for sometimes the instructions from him were confusing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes he'd be like, you're banished
until you roll a
until
six.
you roll a six, and then you're like, go to, and then it'd be like, you're gone, and then he'd be like, go back to you lose a turn until this happens, and that's very confusing because the next person's card is like something else. It's like all players aren't banished anymore until they roll this. So it's like, does that roll out on top of my roll? Blah blah blah. That one lost a little bit of a star for me, and I think maybe if we had a little bit more players, we would have gotten to win.
Yeah.
That was also fun
Somebody-
too.
yeah.
We also had to beat him, which was the best part. Like I
Right.
wanted to beat him so bad.
Yeah.
But also we started noticing cool stuff on the TV from him, like the effects.
Yeah.
There was also a full moon in the corner, or there was something in the corner, like
There's
a
a moon that
waning
kept-
moon
Uh-huh.
that turned into a full moon as the thing went by, which I
Oh,
thought
right.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like him, like we mentioned, him getting older and scarier, and sometimes he would like flash a skeleton on his face.
Yeah.
And it would like cut to him closer. I'm like, that was a cool thing to add to it.
It was 91, baby.
But I also dock it for its replayability,
Right.
which is probably maybe 2 more times after this.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have new friends every time that play this, maybe. So out of 5, I'll do 5 because I like Letterboxd. Out of 5, fucking girls getting stabbed in the middle of the night.
How many?
I give it 3.5.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty
Respectable.
good. Yeah.
Respectable.
I want to ask, as we're gonna go into some segments with some listener memories, I want to ask what everybody wrote down for their biggest fear.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll start, and then we'll just go clockwise. We'll go counterclockwise. My biggest fear that I wrote down, but I mean, in the moment, I was reading the rules and stuff, so I just wrote down thalassophobia, because I am deathly afraid of, like, if I go into a body of water and there's lots of water below me, it scares me like
So
nothing else.
For us Greeks in the room,
Oh, God.
the etymology of that is thalassa, which is ocean,
Thalassa?
and
Okay.
phobia, which is fear.
Yeah,
so
I'm-
fear of the
Hey, what does
ocean.
Khalif Cousteau mean?
Khalif Cousteau is a rapper in Greece. He just released a new album
Khalif?
called Parakalo. So Yeah, let's do it.
So what was
Continue.
your
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you done?
my biggest fear was thalassophobia. It
The
was
fear of
super,
the wide ocean.
Yeah. Oh, what about you?
I
Emcor.
immediately was going to write down. Well, I made a joke right away where I was like, fear of being alone.
Yeah.
And that was like, that's probably like my number one, like fear of dying alone forever. And then my number 2 would be spiders, but that was mentioned as an example in the game. So I was like, oh, I don't want to write that just in case. So I wrote down being accused of a crime you didn't commit.
Yes.
Because like,
That'd be scary.
That's a good one.
you're just like, there's no way to prove your innocence. All the cops are against you, blah, 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 all that. That's like the scariest thing.
Wow. Joe, what was your
Mine was family members dying because I mean I don't know, that'd be sad. I got a lot of family members. It's like something to think about. So I'm like,
I don't blame you.
that's the thing.
That's scary. Marino, what was your biggest fear?
Mine was that Scott being mad. And it came true during the game, and I had mad anxiety about it. Well, I don't know. Scott says he was just getting real anxious but Scott was like rushing everyone, and I was after Scott. I know Scott was
wanted to win.
Like, I was just like I was getting stressed out, and Scott stresses me out when he's stressed out. But I mean, yeah,
Sounds like a you problem.
But you know what? In the end, it didn't really matter. Let's talk about the win wiki.
Yes.
Scottophobia.
We
The fear of the Greek
Scottophobia.
etymology of that is the fear of Scott getting mad at you. Scottophobia.
Scatomadophobia.
Scatomadophobia. But yeah, so the object of this game is to beat the clock. Someone needs to win before 60 minutes are up, because that's what the gatekeeper's allowing, because he is almighty. Thank you, gatekeeper.
Yes, my gatekeeper.
Yes, my gatekeeper. And we failed.
We all lost.
We all lost.
We got close.
So we got Scott and Joe almost got there. But if you are updating our WinWiki, thank you, our WinWiki updater. Insert name here.
Thanks so much.
Insert the fucking gatekeeper for this week.
Yes.
He is the almighty. And
got a dub.
He
The
beat
game
us.
won this one.
He
The
got
game.
the dub. Yeah, the gatekeeper of the game.
Yeah, it came down to like right at the end there. It didn't really seem like there was much a chance of any of us winning,
Dude.
And then there were a couple of opportunities
Big ones.
for everybody to collect all of the rest of their keys. So Joe and I both both seized on that opportunity, but then we would have had to do a few other things in order to win.
It gives you a false sense of hope. It's like literally the last 2 minutes of the
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
You need the keys to be able to finish the game. You got to roll a couple of times and be lucky enough to pull your fear. But in the last 2 minutes of the game, dude's practically throwing out keys left and right like he's Oprah. And it honestly, like I felt like we were going to win, but when we took a step back, it's like, no, we actually.
But it kept that suspense going.
It did,
but,
for sure.
But yeah, so I mean that was kind of our playthrough and our feelings about Nightmare.
Yeah.
That's what we thought about Nightmare. Let us know what you thought. As we do every week, we post on social medias. We say, hey, folks that are fans and followers of Don't Wake Daddy on the social medias, have you ever played this game? Are you a fan of this game? Do you have any favorite memories, anecdotes, etc., which means etc.? What I did is I put up a poll on Instagram, and the sample size is not that great. It was like 7 or 8 people.
That's not bad.
Have you ever played this game before? It was a resounding 100% no. No one has ever played this game.
Wow.
However, I did a post, asking if you have any favorite memories, and a friend and follower of the pod, Aaron Sauerland, said another classic, which surprised me because I did not think that anyone would have ever played or heard of this game, but apparently there are people out there outside of Australia that are a fan of this game.
Well, I think Robbie was talking about Aaron Sauerland when he was on. And he's saying really into the spooky movies and stuff.
Yeah, Aaron's a mutual friend of mine, Robbie's from high school. Yeah. And he's one of those guys that he loves scary movies just like us.
Sure.
And he would definitely, and when I saw him post that, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely, I think him or his brother would have definitely been into
for sure
those types of things. Yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for reaching out. We'd love to hear about your experience, Aaron, playing this game or, any other games we talk about.
Anyone else that's played this, let us know.
Yeah. Segment time. So, as a guest, we're excited to have you.
Yeah.
M. Gore, welcome. And you said that you had a segment prepared.
I had a segment prepared. This one was based off of a game that me and my brother would play because he it was a good. This game was called Freddy vs. Jason.
Whoa,
It was a trivia game that came out. It was a trivia game that came out when the movie came out. So my brother was like, "Hell yeah. My two favorite things: trivia games and fucking horror movies. Let's do this thing." And this one wasn't a board game; it was a trivia game, and it was basically there was 3 ones. It would give you a question about the movie. It would give you a question like what happened or whatever, which movie it was that this thing is. And there was my favorite thing, which one was it would show you a picture of a dead body from any of the movies, and you had to describe how that person died.
Oh my god!
And if you got the key points in it, you got to move. So if you like got down like blood, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This one I kind of took it, made my own version, which is who's who.
Who's who?
So there's the 3 main bad guys of scary movies: Freddy Krueger, which we mentioned, Michael Myers from the Halloween movies, Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street, and Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th.
So Freddy.
So I'm gonna describe a death to you.
No love for Chucky, huh?
Shit.
No, maybe. I'm gonna describe a death to you,
Okay.
and I'm gonna blank out the person's name, and you have to tell me who you think which one it is.
Who did it?
Wait,
did
are
it?
you guys as bad at these as I am?
Because I know
yeah,
you've
I'm
only
bad.
seen maybe one
I
movie
am
of each.
so bad.
Yeah,
at
I've
these.
seen like
Same.
one maybe of
All
each.
right.
I've maybe seen 2 Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
But some of these guys have a certain style to them.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the thing.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start off with the first one, which should be easy. So this person is killing a man named Carlos. And this is how Carlos dies. He shoves a giant cotton swab through his ears, ripping out his eardrum and hearing aids. Blank puts parasite hearing aids on the back of Carlos's ears, which make every sound 10 times louder than normal. Blank proceeds to scratch his blank on a chalkboard until Carlos' head literally explodes.
Oh, do I have to fill in those blanks?
No, the blank was the
say who the person
gave
is.
it away.
Okay, that's got to be Freddy
That is correct.
because he did weird shit like that.
Yeah, and which goes to show you that Freddy doesn't care if you're hearing disabled. He'll kill you.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, at least he differentiates his
His murderers. Yeah.
his murderers. That's nice.
Okay, here's another one. So this one involves a woman named Alice.
In Wonderland?
Alice gets off the phone, and she feels creeped out and walks through her house. When Blank suddenly attacks her, slits her throat.
Is it Jason Voorhees?
That is wrong. It is Michael Myers.
It's Mike Myers. I was thinking one or the other.
I'm like juggling all 3 in my head, and
Yeah,
I keep
I know.
forgetting.
I knew that wasn't Freddy.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
Okay, so that one was the old Mike. The
Oh,
old Mike.
Mikey.
So Mike slits throats.
Okay, that's good to know.
Freddy Krueger uses hearing
He does
aid-
weird shit.
hearing aid related murders.
Hearing aid-
Blank. This person kills somebody named... I don't have it. Anyway. This person kills somebody, a guy. The gentleman... sorry. The guy was with his girlfriend inside of a house. However, while the girlfriend was in the bathroom, Blank stabbed the guy repeatedly in the back until his heart came out. And then he folded him up in the bed for her to find.
Shit.
Is that Freddy?
Incorrect.
Damn
That is
it.
Jason Voorhees.
Yep. Jason Voorhees. Yeah, it got me on like the folded him up. Jason Voorhees is gigantic.
Is he a big man?
He's huge, and he does a lot of like.
But if it's
physical,
bed stuff,
'Cause I know
that could
that
be
the bed
Freddy.
stuff
Yeah.
could have been
Freddy's
Freddy.
folded people up in beds for sure.
He does sleep
they've gotten like sucked into the bed.
But also, if you're talking about couples dying together, that's very Jason because he would attack like young couples.
Jason just hates love.
All right.
yeah,
All right. This one involves someone named Mark. Mark was in a wheelchair, and he was sitting on the patio when Blank showed up and used Blank. What happened next is what made the kill so incredible. Mark in his wheelchair rolled backwards down the stairs and flipped over at the end.
Oh man. Oh, I can picture this scene.
Really?
I can actually picture the scene because I don't think I've seen this movie, but I have seen this scene, the wheelchair like falling down the stairs and falling backwards, right? Yeah, I can almost picture this scene. I don't really know, but I'm going to say Freddy.
Incorrect. It's Jason Voorhees, who also doesn't discriminate. He'll kill a disabled person.
I was about to say.
There we go. Good.
That's good to know.
All right. I guess I could do two more. I'll just do one more.
Hit us with it.
Wait, Marino, are you the only one with a point right now?
Marino's
yeah,
the only one with the
suckers.
point. Yep.
Damn.
All right. I don't want to give it away too much. Okay. A female's watching a TV screen. Before the green goes to static, Jennifer, the woman, stands up to adjust the TV set. When Blank's arms and head break out of the TV to grab her.
Okay.
Hold on. Blank says the now famous line, "Welcome to the prime time, bitch."
I wonder who that could
and pulls Jennifer's head through the screen.
I mean, I knew who it was when his arms came out of fucking TV. That's Frederick.
Yeah.
Welcome to the prime time.
Welcome to the prime time, bitch.
Man.
That's so funny.
And that was in his third movie, and that's when
wow.
his movie, like, he started to be like, bitch, and all of it.
Like
so funny.
Nightmare on
Bitch Street.
The second Nightmare on Bitch Street.
Bitch mirror on bitch street.
Okay, this will be the last one.
Okay.
Well, looks like I won, guys.
This one's for 3 points though. So
Yeah.
you don't know.
This involves a gentleman named Floyd.
Floyd.
Floyd and his family members work together to take down Blank. They do a good job of beating down the serial killer with baseball bats and iron rods, but that's not enough. Eventually, Blank rises again, and he kills Floyd by lifting up his body and impaling it on deer antlers that were on the back of a nearby truck.
Okay. I just buzzed first. I don't really know, but I wanted the opportunity to ask before you guys did. Impaling on a truck, lifting up first. Yeah, I'm gonna say Jason Voorhees on that one.
That is incorrect. It's Michael Myers.
No, you
That's
fucked
what I would
up.
have said. That's what I would have said.
man.
See, I wanted to try and confuse you guys with Jason and Michael
Yeah,
because they both
yeah.
kind of
That's
do the same thing.
They are.
They
yeah.
do.
When I was trying to think of the who it could be, like
Yes.
they were
They
getting
get
mixed up.
those two get similar. Jason is a good giveaway. At some point, the first like 3 Jason movies, he's pretty normal.
Yeah.
He's kind of strong, but there's this 5th or 6th movie which I call Steroid Jason, where he comes back to life from an from a lightning bolt. And after that movie, he's like bending people in half and like punching through like cars and like to kill
hell
them.
yeah, dude.
He's like super strong after those ones. Anyway,
How the fuck?
watch
That
more,
was a really good
watch more
segment.
scary
Yeah, that was
movies.
good.
Watch more scary movies.
I
obviously
like
we
people
do-
coming in and testing the Don't Wake Daddy Boys.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, Marino won that. He got 2 right.
I sure did.
Maybe
Nice.
that's enough to beat. How do you think the gatekeeper would have fared in that contest?
He probably would have gotten perfect score.
Winner of the segment.
Freddy or
Address
the
me.
gatekeeper? Who would you rather kiss?
Wait, Gatekeeper at the beginning of the video or the end of the video?
End of the video.
Gatekeeper for sure.
I'll kiss Freddy. Gatekeeper at the end was scary.
He's like, "Welcome to our 3rd date, bitch." And he like kisses you.
Thanks, bitch.
He waits till the 3rd date. Okay.
That was a great segment. Thanks.
Yeah, it was
That
fun.
was really good.
Maybe
Yeah.
we'll play whenever not on the pod, but we'll play that. I'll find that Freddy vs.
Yeah,
Jason game.
that'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
I
Start
have some
watching it.
research to do.
I've
yeah.
not seen
Yeah,
any
no
of those
shit.
movies.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a segment planned. So yeah,
I'm gonna win this one.
this is
probably
okay.
will.
Yeah, I think
screwed.
Marino K is going to get this. This is if you listen to the first episode from Spooky Week, it's going to be the same thing. This is 2 truths and a die.
2 boos and a die.
2 boos and a die. The reprise.
Oh shit.
So yeah, same kind of thing as last time. I have 3 movie descriptions, and one of them is fake. And these are kind of most of them are like B horror films, goofy.
B. Barry Benson.
So I have made up one of them, so you have to guess which one is fake. And you guys can talk, and then each of you will answer at the end of this. Okay, so
All right.
round 1. I have 5 rounds. Round 1. Shop till you drop. Marcy and her friends find themselves trapped in a mall where the most popular new soda is turning people into the living dead.
Okay.
Number 2, Murder Rock, Dancing Death. The owner of a prestigious New York ballet school teams up with a male model to solve a series of bizarre murders of a few of their students. Number 3, Cheerleader Camp. A group of cheerleaders become the targets of an unknown killer at a remote summer camp.
One of these is real, or two of them are real, and we're trying to figure out the fake one.
2 of them are real.
Okay.
One of them is fake.
I
Which
think I
one
know.
is fake?
I think I know two.
I think I'm going to say the Murder Rock is fake.
Okay, you think Murder Rock is fake?
I think number 2. I've definitely heard of the number 3, Cheerleader Camp, because I got a coworker that was obsessed with that movie.
No. What? For real?
I think so. Maybe I'm confusing it with a different one. If
No,
I'm wrong,
I
I'll
mean,
feel like a
could
I
be.
dumb
think the cheerleader
bum.
school.
Oh.
Maybe. The first one sounds pretty cool because I want to go home and watch it.
I'm going to say Shop Till You Drop. I think that's the fake one.
Wow, Marino, you got it. Shop You Drop
That
is
was a
fake.
fake one?
That's a
that's
fake.
good.
I fooled you guys. Okay.
Wow.
Shop till you
okay.
drop. Hi, damn, now I can't go home and watch it.
I know. Sorry. Wait. Make it. And then you can.
Make it.
Okay, round 2.
Make him.
Just make it.
Just make it.
Let's green light it.
I heard the soda part, which...
Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, round 2. I recorded a murder. A filmmaker who is trying to finish his short film records a murder by accident that everyone believes was a suicide. He and the witness of the crime will seek the truth, but the murderer is on their plan is on to their plan and is one step ahead of them. Number 2. The Terrible Twos. A horrible plague turns every 2-year-old into a living nightmare. The only thing that will save the world is to wait until they're all 3.
You can tell from Scott's face. Keep reading, Scott.
Okay, this one is Chud, or C period H period U period D period CHUD.
Yes.
A bizarre series of sudden disappearances on the streets of New York City seems to point towards something unsavory living in the sewers.
So
Which do you think?
I'll start it out. I think I've heard of Chud before. I've heard of Chud. I think it's that second one because you started the Terrible Twos. I think it's Terrible Twos.
I'm going to say I know that Chud is on the DVD shelf at my parents' house. My dad got it for Christmas.
I'm going to agree. I was like, I almost watched it a couple days ago.
No way.
The first
Chud's
one,
real.
I'm going to say it's the second one, the Terrible Twos.
What was the first one called again?
I recorded a murder.
That one's fake.
Okay. You guys got it right. The Terrible Twos is a fake.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
I gotta make
Encore.
it. I'm going to make it.
Got to make it.
Sorry,
I'm going to star
Encore.
my niece.
All right, round 3. And this one has 4 movies,
Shit.
just for reference.
Oh, okay.
So there's 1 fake, and there's 3 that are true.
Truths.
Okay.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Crazy old Professor Gangrene has developed a way to make tomatoes look human for a second invasion.
Wait.
Return, sequel.
Oh.
If you remember from
Last
the first
week.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was
Okay.
mentioned.
Okay.
Number 2, Killer Tomatoes Strike Back.
Okay.
Professor Gangrene attempts to brainwash the world. A police assistant and a tomatologist
A what?
team up to stop him.
Professor Gangrene.
I was going to say, that's not a real name, but
Number 3, Killer Tomatoes Eat France.
I'm pissed off.
After escaping from jail, Professor Gangrene plots to take over France and eventually the world by having his hapless assistant impersonate
hapless hoe.
Louis the 17th.
Okay.
The 4th one, Killer Tomatoes versus the Green Giant.
Okay.
Professor
that one.
Gangrene's final attempt to take over the world backfires, and he calls on the only one who can help him defeat his out-of-control tomatoes, General Mills' own mascot and savior, the Green Giant.
Wait a second. So
And number 5,
did they
Killer
just-
Tomatoes at the
they
salad
just
bar.
stole the name.
It's a cross-brand promotion.
They stole the name scheme of the Star Wars movies.
Yes, yes. Return of the Killer Tomatoes Strike Back.
Okay.
And then Joe, which is the Star Wars movie where they eat France?
That was Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones. I'm going to say
of
the 4th one is fake.
Well, it was a cross-brand promotion.
The
It was
fourth
sponsored by General Mills.
the fourth one, but the fact that there are at least 3 of these ones, Killer Tomatoes, out there.
4, I guess. The
Yeah,
first
because-
one and like the 3 he named.
Yeah,
That's
these
pretty
are all
sick.
sequels.
3 sequels.
I'm gonna
is
guess the Green
insane.
Giant, Jolly Green Giant.
It's
You all got that
insane
right.
that there are 3, 4 of these tomato, maybe 5 or 6.
There might
How?
be more.
Yeah, they were like mid 80s and up until like 92, I
Holy
think.
shit.
These
That's
movies.
fucking wild. Dude.
Hilarious.
Never even heard of them.
Okay, round 4. Saturday the 14th. A family inherits an old mansion which houses the. Sorry. Saturday the 14th. A family inherits an old mansion which houses the dangerous Book of Evil that has all the monsters of the world trapped inside it.
Okay. That's kind of scary.
Okay.
Black Friday.
Oh.
A group
Wait.
of
Never mind.
toy store employees must protect each other from a horde of parasitic infected shoppers. Killer critters from below. Every 17 years, locusts emerge from the ground by the thousands and wreak havoc on crops. But every 17,000 years, giant locusts emerge and wreak havoc on everything.
17,000 years, Scott?
And wreak havoc on everything on the face of the earth.
That's a long time.
Scott, you're fucking up with these. All right.
The second one,
Black Friday is real. Yeah,
real?
Black Friday I think is
I
real.
think so.
I've seen that. It was like on Netflix or some shit.
But the plot of it sounds kind of nuts, though.
No, it sounds bad.
Like, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? Huh? Like,
Saturday the 14th, though?
Saturday the
That
14th.
Is
title-
it Saturday the 14th, Scott? No. The fake one is the last one.
Yeah, it's the
Saturday
last
the
one.
14th definitely sounds like a guy wanted to make a movie, but he was like, I'm
Not
going to
Friday
get
the
sued if I call it Friday the 13th.
We'll just talk about the next day.
Sunday the 15th.
Which do you think is fake?
I think number 3. Wait, what's the name of number 3 again?
Killer critters from below.
I say number 1's fake.
17,000 years. That's a long time. I'm going to say Killer Critters.
I think I'm also going to go Killer Critters.
It was killer critters. Sorry, MCore.
You mean to tell me there's a Saturday the 14th?
There is a Saturday the 14th movie. Well, Right
You
when I
guys
saw
tell me it
that,
was a Black Friday?
right when I saw that movie title, I was like, "That is ridiculous." The description is kind of boring, but that
Yeah.
title is hilarious. Okay, round 5.
The sequel to the Saturday is
Saturday
Sunday the
after next.
Sunday
15th.
the 15th.
Speaking of sequels, round 5.
Oh, shit.
Number 1. I'll never forget what you did last summer. A year after tragedy on the Swiss Alps, a group of friends are being hunted down by a hooded figure out for blood. Number 2.
Okay, go ahead.
The Ginger Dead Man. An evil yet adorable gingerbread man comes to life with the soul of a convicted killer. This real-life cookie monster wreaks havoc on the girl who sent the killer to the electric chair. Mm-hmm. Last one. Violent shit.
Okay.
Okay.
A demented, wicked, deformed, cannibalistic killer named K the Butcher Shitter escapes from the police and slaughters people in many gory, bloody ways.
Can you say the names of just the names of them
I'll
again?
never forget what you did last summer. The Ginger Dead Man. Violent shit.
Okay. So that might be giving something away, but it was I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then the sequel to that was I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, correct? Was there a third one called I'll Never Know What You Did Last Summer? Or is he
Describe the
bullshit?
plots again, the plot of the first
Okay.
one.
A year after tragedy on the Swiss Alps.
All right, stop
a
right
group-
there. Summer, but Swiss Alps. I'm calling it right there. That doesn't make any sense.
What?
But the
God
Ginger
forbid.
Dead Man.
Oh my
that's-
God, it's summer. Let's get away from this heat and go to the Alps.
Yeah,
that
that is
doesn't make any
true.
sense. That's my lie. That's your lie.
Ginger Dead Man is real.
That's the same plot of Child's Play, though.
Yeah, dude, that's what they do.
But with the gingerbread.
With the gingerbread.
That's pretty good. It's probably better than Child's Play.
Come on, violent shit?
Violent.
Nobody knows takers for violent shit.
That feels like
Okay,
a trap. That feels like a trap.
That does
Yeah.
feel like a trap.
Okay.
I would say, oh, okay, yes.
Go, Joe. What do you say?
Okay, violent shit. That's funny as hell. That's not fake. That's real. Ginger Dead Man.
Okay, he's going Ginger Dead Man. No, go ahead.
Last summer, the first one. The first one
Okay.
you said.
You know what? I do want to change my answer. I'm going to say last summer.
Okay.
Ginger Dead Man.
You're wrong. It was I'll never forget what you did last summer. Marino K fucking pegged me on that because I just came up with something stupid because it was always like a vacation. And I was like, what's another vacation? There's not any snowy ones. Clearly there's not any snowy ones because it's summer. Wow. You got me on that
I mean,
one.
I had a feeling that it was that one, but I wanted to go.
You're
I wanted to
fooling
go
us,
different
though.
to make sure to get some points.
The
You
giant
definitely are
shitter?
fooling us. I was like, oh, maybe there was like some like sequel that some guy made that no one gave a H about that like doesn't count as the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I know they just like today came out with like
There's
a
a new-
TV series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Or like this week or something.
Wow.
Okay, bonus round.
Oh fuck.
Yes, the boner.
Bonus round.
What's our, what are our scores at right now?
I'll,
You and I are
I'll say
tied.
later. I'll say
Oh,
later.
never mind.
Bonus round. Which one is the truth? Which one is the lie? Two
This one's
truths
for
and
2
a die.
points.
All right, number one. Midnight clown fight. Two rival clown gangs decide to finish it.
What the fuck?
Please let this be a movie. Please.
Midnight Clown Fight?
Two rival clown gangs decide to finish it once and for all. A midnight fight to the death.
Oof.
Caddy Wampus, the killer clown. A beloved TV clown entertainer has a dark secret that he is willing to kill to keep.
I'm so mad right now.
Clownton Abbey.
Hold on. Let's hear the plot.
The Dowager Countess decides to throw a carnival for the massive English estate. On the way there, Matthew dies in a horrible automobile accident and reanimates as a killer clown.
Can you read the titles of the movies again?
Midnight Clown Fight, Caddy Wampus, the Killer Clown, and Clownton Abbey.
Midnight Clown Fight sounds like me and another comedian fighting over a girl at the end of a Second City show. Like, it's going to be a Midnight Clown Fight.
I'm going to say Clownton Abbey is
Okay.
fake.
I'm going to go with saying all three of them are fake.
Whoa.
A good old Scotch
How does that
Shrikenberry.
get to be just
Can you
guess?
do that? Can
A
you
good
do
old Scotch Shrikenberry twist. Is that what you said, Shrikenberry?
Now he is.
I can scary.
Oh, I can Shrike Scary twist.
I'm gonna go ahead and say. I mean, it's got to just to make sure that Joe and I he can't beat me. I'll say Clownton Abbey as well.
All three are fake.
Come on, Midnight Clown
Okay,
Fight.
you know what? He gets 3 points. 1, 2, and 3
Wow.
for the win.
Marino K won.
Want to know why?
Marino K
Because that's
wins.
what I would have done for my last one. I should have made up a fucking death, like
Damn it, Midnight Clown
like
Fight
a
isn't
deaf.
real.
I should have made up one like a deaf man in a wheelchair gets stabbed in the eye with a polka, like whatever, like
Blank gives this man 5 times the amount of Viagra that he's supposed to take in his
and his wiener explodes.
As I was
Jason.
as I was looking at
That's
these,
Jason.
I had so many stupid ideas come to my mind. I mean, like lightning round, rock and roll and die. You'll never sleep again. Eat your heart out. Needle fingers.
Were those all fake?
Yeah.
Eat your heart out sounds real.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
like I mean, I was just trying to come up with like goofy movie names.
That's
That was
funny
good.
as hell.
Those were good.
Damn. Well,
So Marino K wins.
you won. Update. Put that on the Win
Yeah,
Wiki.
that was
please.
a good one. That was a good one for sure.
Damn.
And that's what I have
That's
for
what,
segments.
all we have for segments, huh?
Right?
No more
That's it.
segments.
No more.
Yeah, I have one.
Oh,
So, I don't know if you guys remember.
No.
no, check your watch again. I think it.
Yeah. What time
Is
is
this
it?
the Adam Sandler
Oh,
one?
yeah.
Because I've been working on my impression. Shut up. Kim Adam.
I don't know what you're talking about. So back in episode 1, we did Candyland back in episode 1, and Scott told us this fun little fact about how they were going to make a movie.
Yeah.
Like a Candyland movie, which, oh man, can you imagine that?
Couldn't imagine
A
that.
Candyland movie starring Adam Sandler, which is
Sandman himself.
insane. We love it. I mean, you know what? Please, everyone, Halloween is in a few days. Watch Hubie Halloween on Netflix. This is
will not.
sincere. This is sincere. Please watch Hubie. Dude, it's fucking great. It's great. It's a return to form for the Sandman. Seriously. All the bullshit he's done where we want to talk about Jack and Jill, grown-ups, all that shit, fuck it. This is a return to form. He's doing a goofy-ass bullshit that we love, like, from the 90s and early 2000s. Hubie Halloween is great. I'm sorry. That's sincere as hell. I'm going to go back. So, yeah, like, I just had this thought, this random-ass thought.
Yeah.
What if... So, Nightmare was this game we just played. There's a video thing. So, it got me thinking. I was like, oh, there's an actor involved and stuff like that. So, let's say they made a movie about Nightmare starring Adam Sandler. What would that be about?
I got it right here. So
course,
there's
gotta get
two
more.
different Adam Sandlers in every movie. There's the one that's like, and then there's like the shut up. All right. Just Adam Sandler. The beginning one is him being like, yeah, all right. Shut up. Stop looking at me, Swan. Like, then at the end where it got hectic, he's like,
Oh no!
So he's the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And he turns into silly Billy Madison.
At the
Yeah.
end.
At the end.
Yeah.
That's great.
I thought you were going to be like, if you had to pick any board game and make it to a movie and pick a cast, who would you be? But you're sticking with this Adam Sandler thing.
Clearly, you have not listened to the end of our episodes.
Okay.
We do this every episode.
Wait, I don't know what any of you guys are talking about right now.
I'd be like, oh, I would have recast this with John Carpenter making the movie and with Robert Englund as the guy.
No,
but
that sounds like a good podcast.
No, this is a joke that we do for funnies.
So mine would be Adam Sandler is the guy, the actor,
gatekeeper?
the actor that's a gatekeeper.
Oh, he's the okay.
Like he was like really big and made it big in like the horror themed board game community, but then like times passed and he's kind of washed up, and you know he's not quite. People kind of like look down on him and make like ridicule him, and this up and coming horror actor played by Seth Rogen, kind of like becomes his protege, and like he's trying to win his wife back. She's Leslie Mann. She's married to Eric Bana, but then Adam Sandler gets diagnosed with cancer. Oh
my God.
And
Wait a minute.
he and Eric Bana fight in.
This is definitely a made-up movie by Scott.
Yeah, there's so many twists and turns.
Or
to
a
this.
movie done by Judd Apatow already. But keep going.
Yeah, but that's about it. That's what I would do. Scott,
I do the same thing except for it's Drew Barrymore
instead of Leslie Mann.
Yeah, and then Adam and Drew Barrymore's character fall in love at the end,
Oh, that's cute.
and then die.
Wow, what a twist.
Shut up, young player.
Young player. That's it.
How about you, Marino? What you got?
Nothing.
Oh,
Well, that was this week's episode of Don't Wake Daddy. Marino K, thank you so much for coming
it was
out
great.
and
A lot of fun.
spending the time to put up with this gatekeeper guy and take all
It was a
that
wonderful
shit from him.
Wonderful Monday night. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Yeah, thanks for playing. Appreciate it. We'd love to have you back on for maybe another game. I know you had suggested fucking the game that has the bridge on it.
Forbidden Bridge.
Or we talked about it, the Baron Samedi, the sequel one. I would love to play that.
That'd be
I would love to
interesting.
play
That'd be
that.
dope. We have to
Yeah, that
find
would be
that
dope.
on eBay. But do you have anything that you want to plug or shout out or pitch or anything like that?
Not necessarily. I've been on your guys' podcast. I've been on my friend's podcast
Two fucking idiots.
called Two Fucking Idiots. I've been on another podcast called I forgot what it was called. It's called Good Samaritans. And then I'm going to be on another podcast called Disney Adult where I review cars with my friend.
Nice.
So, just check all those out. And, just
Plug your socials. Where should people
plug
follow
my social. I changed it just now to Marino Korellis on Instagram.
Oh, hell yeah.
So follow me. I'm sure I'll have some shows, whenever this pandemic's fully lifted. But
Some shows, like where
some sketch shows. Probably.
Okay.
I think I'll have a show at Annoyance pretty soon.
Cool.
And we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Thanks again for coming on. It was great to have you.
Capping off Spooky Month.
Yeah.
I guess things are going to be a little bit more, a little lighter, a little less spooky, a little.
You might hear some sleigh bells in the back.
Or some turkey gobbles.
Yeah, some turkey.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But that was this
Or
week's
some Valentine's hearts.
That's in
there
a
we
few
go.
months, but yeah,
Valentine.
you hear. I thought you were thinking Valentine, the hot sauce, right? Is that
Some Valentina.
Or some Irish leprechauns.
all right?
Or some fireworks.
Baby New Year, right there in the corner.
Okay.
All right, I'm leaving.
We should do just a theme month every month. But that was this week's episode of Don't Wake Daddy. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email us at don'twakedaddypod@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Don't Wake Dad Pod. We also have a YouTube channel where you can find full episodes of our podcast. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And if you leave us a review, like a nice review, 5 stars maybe, we might even read it on the pod. But I'm Joe Rodriguez.
I'm Scott Eichen Scary.
I'm Marino Ella Jack-o'-lantern.
And our guest.
Oh, I'm Marine Gore Scarellis.
Bye.
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 Don't wake Daddy!
Time's up! Answer me, old maggot.
That's right, I'm sad and blue. Cause I can't do this thing with you. I'm lost in a black hole. Come on now, won't you give it a go?
Now picture this, it's late at night, and what you're doing don't seem right. I like it. The moon is high up in the sky. I can feel it coming down. Something's got a hold on me. Something there that I can see. I'm living in a nightmare. Come on! Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can. Just like the wildest. Let me. Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can.
You like it?
Oh, yeah!
Break it down.
Now here's the story, it's up to you. There's only so much that I can do. You're gonna need some luck if you wanna have a good time. Give you a heart attack. Give you a heart attack. Something's got a hold on me. Something there that I can see. I'm living in a nightmare. Come on! Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can. Just like my wildest.
Let me.
Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can.
You like it?
Oh, yeah! Come on, thrill me, baby.
Yo, Baron, I can dig it. Roll the dice, don't be nice, don't you quit it. What's your number? What's your name? Get ready, it's the start of
I'm
the
living
game.
in a nightmare. Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can. Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can. Thrill me, baby.
That's right, I'm sad and blue. Cause I can't do this thing with you. I'm lost in a black hole. Come on now, won't you give it a go?
Thrill me, baby, thrill me if you can. Come on, thrill me, baby.
We gonna get you. The others in the house, we gonna wreck